Hi, everybody. Okay, let's see who's on here. If you're watching from the United States, let me see a 1. Good morning, Vietnam. Let's see a 2 for Vietnam. I see Lynn, chị Minh Châu, my ladies from Virginia. We've got Michael, of course. Hi, everybody. I want to bring down the music a little bit. Here goes the music. Down, 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 down. Down music, a little dance pop. Hello, everybody. Wow. Okay. Oh, we got Dave Rogers from New York. Hey, Dave. Nice to see you again. Okay, I see some new names too. Hello, everybody. Okay, hôm nay đó, we're going to talk about the factors that affect how much you pay for insurance, particularly life insurance. People are always surprised, like when I sit down and I help a husband and a wife, and immediately they can see the wife gets a much better deal. Why? Well, because she should. Because women often get better rates. So we're going to look at all of those things and what can you do to make sure that you're getting the best rate possible. Anyway, okay, are you ready? Let's see if these things make sense to you. If you're looking for life insurance, or if you're wondering why your insurance is so high or how to get a better rate, let's take a look at what makes the difference here, okay? So hello, everybody. Here we go. 8 factors that affect life insurance premiums. Number 1 is age. Everyone should know this. This is why we say mình càng còn trẻ, còn khỏe. That's when you should buy it. But if you're waiting, you better make sure you're going to get younger or healthier. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense to wait. So age is one of the biggest factors that influences life insurance premiums. Why? It simply, the older you are, the more your insurance is going to cost. The reason being, the older you are, the chances of you dying are greater. That's basically the reason why. So normally, the older you are, the more it's going to cost. So when people wonder, should I buy my child life insurance? Yes. Should a 20-something, 30-something-year-old buy life insurance? Yes. And there are different ways you can structure it, but take advantage of that young age to get a great price. Okie dokie? Okie dokie. Rồi, here we go. Factor number 2, gender. That's right. In most cases, women pay less than men because they have a longer life expectancy. Goes back to how long you're going to live. Women live longer. Okay? Men are more likely to die earlier, so their life insurance will be more expensive. Now, some states are moving toward the whole gender thing where they don't charge more or less for different genders. Okay, like in Montana, for example, it's already illegal to charge men more than women. But for the most part, females are going to be cheaper than males. Okay, I know that you're not supposed to treat anybody differently based on gender and all that stuff, but for life insurance, it does matter. However, they cannot charge you a different rate because of your race, okay? So your ethnicity. Even though you're not supposed to give anyone preferential treatment based on their gender and their age and all that stuff, with insurance, it does matter. However, they cannot use your race or ethnicity to determine your rate. Factor number 3, height and weight. What? That's right. Your size and your shape also plays a role in your life insurance rates. What does that actually mean? Well, The insurance companies use these stats to determine your overall health, okay? So if you're shorter and you weigh a lot more than you should for that height, chances are you've got some health issues, okay? If you're really overweight, that creates issues. Some companies use BMI, okay, to figure whether you're healthy. Okay, that's the body mass index. So when your BMI is, they'll look at it, they can guess that you may be at a higher risk for high blood pressure or heart disease or diabetes, for example. But you also have to know that, for instance, if you're athletic and you're really muscular, well, you're going to weigh more. So it's not a straight and fast rule, which is why, hold on, got to go full screen, Why it's really important, whoever you're working with, they're actually going to fight for you. I communicate with the underwriters. I don't just submit your application and then whatever happens, happens. I write a cover letter because there are many instances why if they just look at the numbers, they may give you a worse rate or they may deny you. Some things need clarification. I'm going to tell you more about that later, but nhất là nhiều người Việt Nam đó, họ là carrier của hepatitis B. Nhiều lần họ apply, bị deny liền. Và cái người agent mà không biết làm việc với những cái hãng bảo hiểm đó, then you're out of luck. Yeah, then you're out of luck. So you need someone to fight for you and who knows what they're doing. And it's also very important when you have a good relationship with all the different carriers. Okay? So someone who knows how to communicate and knows how the different carriers work, very important. So height and weight, and whether or not you gain, the application will ask you, have you gained or lost weight in the last 12 months? Okay, most people have. Most of the time, it's not that big of a difference. But they want to know. For kids, well, I sure hope they gain some weight. So then now they're trying to determine if the child is growing like they should be. Okay, sometimes người Việt mình á, we're smaller boned, nên mười mấy tuổi rồi nhưng mà vẫn còn nhỏ con. They don't weigh enough. Sometimes they get flagged for being underweight. Okay. You can avoid those problems if the agent is communicating with the underwriter to let them know ahead of time. Là người Á Đông mình là như vậy đó, nhỏ con. Okay? Sometimes they look at the age and the weight and the height. They're like, oh, this person's not growing like they're supposed to. No, this person's Asian. They grew just like the way they were supposed to. So you have to talk to the carriers. Okay, rồi. So height and weight, okay, has to deal with your health. Has to deal with your health. And your health has to do with how long you're going to live. So if you're not healthy, you're not going to live as long, which means your risk of dying is more. And if your risk of dying is more, insurance will cost you more. Nha. Như vậy là mình lớn tuổi, mình không được khỏe, nhất là những người nam nữa. Okay? Giới nam chứ không phải là người nam. That will cost you more. Your medical history. So along with your age, your health is the biggest factor that determines your premiums. This should all make sense. This should make sense. So if you're healthy, your risk of dying is not as much. Therefore, you will get a better rating and a lower cost of insurance. Okay? That's what we're going for. So they will pull your medical information. You cannot hide anything. You cannot hide it. And if you try, let me tell you what can happen if you try. Một á, if people don't tell me everything, they're going to pull the information. They're going to pull all of your medical information using your social security number, and they're going to know. So if you forget to tell me that you were diagnosed with something, they're going to find out. Rồi khi đó nó hỏi mình, ủa tại sao client trong record thấy là phải uống thuốc này? Oh my gosh. Now I have to go back to the client and I have to say, hey, what about this medication? Oh, yeah. And then I have to go back to the carrier. So you lose a lot of time back and forth, back and forth. And when they see that you're not being honest, well, then now they're really going to look at everything. And so it just takes more time. Honesty is always the best policy. Just tell me everything. We put it all out there. Otherwise, they're going to find out. Now, let's say you are successful in hiding something. Let's say you've never smoked and you're not a smoker. I heard of a story where one person did this. Okay. She rất là unhealthy. Rồi khi mà họ gửi y tá tới nhà để thử máu đó, với là thử nước tiểu á, tự nhiên she passed. Oh, that's funny. How do you think she passed? Well, I'm not going to say. I have my suspicions. So let's say you successfully lie about not smoking. And then down the road, you die from a smoking-related illness. And if they find out, first 2 years, yeah, contestability. If they find out that you lied on your application, they can deny the claim. That's why you don't want to lie. First 2 years of a life insurance policy, rất là quan trọng, very important. It doesn't mean that if you have a claim in that time, they won't pay it. It will take longer. They can go back and investigate. Okay? Mình mới mua, rồi cái người đó mất, hãng bảo hiểm có quyền investigate. Như vậy là, were you truthful? Do you have health issues that you lied about? So it's always better just to be honest, okay? All right. So medical history, very, very important. Again, has to do with your health. Sometimes they don't require more medical testing. Sometimes they do. They will pay for a nurse to come to your home or your workplace and lấy máu, thử máu, and they'll do a paramed exam. Okay? So that's something that they may require you to do. Not a big deal. Don't worry about it. Drink lots of water and stay healthy. No big lobster meals, okay? No big lobster meals right before the test. Okay. Here we go. Family history. Oh, I forgot to change that. So family history is important because, again, they're looking at the probability, the risk that you have, the probability that you might have medical issues in the future. If your family, especially if both sides have a history of cancer, or here, I think I did a slide on, cancer, for instance, diabetes. Diabetes is a big one. It affects so many people. If you are pre-diabetic, get insured immediately. Once you start taking insulin shots, they will not insure you. And depending on your numbers, depending on how many drugs you have to take, depending on how bad the problem is, you may not get covered. Or you'll get covered nhưng mà chỉ là tiền tử thôi. They won't give you the critical illness part of it. So I have helped people who are pre-diabetic. Đang uống thuốc nha. They're on meds. They can get covered. but it's very difficult if you're taking insulin shots. Most places would say, nope, don't even try. Okay, so watch your sugar. Honey, did you hear me? Okay, here we go. Kidney, liver, and heart disease. So if that's a part of your family history, they'll look at that. Okay? It doesn't mean that for sure you'll be charged more. It doesn't mean that you won't get covered. It's just another thing they'll consider when they look at everything else. So for instance, let's say your family has a history of liver disease, and then they also look at whether you drink and you drink a lot. Okay, then that's a problem. Yeah? Alzheimer's disease, especially early onset conditions. Family history of drug or alcohol dependence. Okay? And if there's been unexplained death before the age 50, like sudden unexplained death before the age of 50. So those are all little red flags that come up. Smoking and tobacco use. Of course. Do you smoke? Stop it. Just stop it. Okay, if you smoke, chew tobacco, or vape, you're going to pay more for your insurance than non-users. That is just it. And it is such a big difference. It is such a big difference. So I will design a policy for someone, and, you know, we're looking through the numbers, looks great, lots of income down the road. And then I'm like, oh, they tell me, oh, he smokes. Okay, well, that changed everything. And then when I put in that the person is a smoker, no more income. So stop. And guess what? If you've already quit, or if you quit, it makes a difference. It makes a difference. So this should be a reason for you to quit. So if you quit, your rates are likely to improve. Most life insurance companies have a waiting period of about a year once you quit, so that they could qualify you as a non-smoker, right? So again, just be honest. Maybe you used to smoke, but you don't anymore. Tell us that. That counts. Okay, that counts. It will help. All right. Occupation and hobbies. Occupation and hobbies. Okay? Những cái việc mình làm á, if you are in a work that is risky, that matters. That matters. If your hobbies are risky, and I know a lot of people who have risky hobbies, that matters. So here is a look at some of the occupations, okay, like construction workers. Khi nào cũng làm ngoài đường đó, okay, risky. Cứ bị xe tông hoài à. Okay, active military members. Now, I am currently trying to help a young Vietnamese man who is in the Navy, trying to get coverage. Lots of questions. Chẳng hạn như là cái người đó, are you going to be stationed overseas? Stationed overseas soon. That matters. What do you do in the military? Are you likely to see combat? All those things, okay, matter. Natural resource workers, people who are mining, who work in lumber, fishing, okay, oil and gas industries, those things may put you at a higher risk. So that could affect your premium. Aviation workers. I know I have several clients who work for Boeing, and they always want to know, like, what exactly do you do? Okay. Do you fly the plane? They want to know, because you might work for the aviation industry. Nhưng mà có thể là quý vị làm giấy tờ hoặc là làm inspector là khác. So you can work in the same industry but not be at higher risk. First responders, firefighters, EMT, police officers, of course, much riskier job, right? We need them. We love them. We need them. Unfortunately, they're just, because it's a riskier job, they may end up paying more. And then hobbies like rock climbing, mountain climbing, skydiving, right? Scuba diving, car racing, bungee jumping, cave explorations, all actually really cool things. But if you do them a lot, if you're that adrenaline junkie, khi nào cũng là đi chơi mấy cái trò này nè, okay, your rates could be higher. Now, again, you may say, well, how are they going to know? If you on your application say that you don't do these things, nhưng mà you do it all the time, and they find out somehow, maybe your social media, maybe all the trips that you paid, and if you die doing that activity and then lied about how often you do it, that could be an issue. Then they also look at lifestyle factors. They will pull your DMV record. Why? Well, they want to know. Are you speeding a lot? Do you get pulled over for speeding a lot? Okay. Have you been involved in a lot of car accidents? Do you have DUIs? Okay, so these are lifestyle factors that could raise your rate. Criminal history. Okay. They'll also ask about foreign travel. So doing things that put you at more risk will affect your rate. On the questionnaire, they do ask if you have plans for foreign travel. Don't lie about it. And just because you do doesn't mean you won't get coverage. Okay. So again, very important just to be honest. I had a client who said, no, she has no plans to go anywhere. And then the underwriter came back to me and said, our records show your client bought a ticket. And she just forgot. Because sometimes, you buy a ticket along, 5, 6, 7 months ahead of time and you just forget. And it was not a problem, but they knew about it and they asked about it. Okay. And then they may ask how often you travel overseas and, what you do. Okay. Okay. This is from personal experience. And so I want to share this with you, especially for younger people. It's so important. Please do not let your doctor prescribe you any medication you don't really need. I know that a lot of Vietnamese have said, oh, okay, so they take the medication prescribed under their name, and then they don't really need it, so they bring it back to Vietnam to help other people. I get it. It's going to affect you. So if you have a doctor friend who, as a favor, for instance, going to give you some prescription meds, and you're going to give them to someone else, 1, it's illegal. 2, it's going to affect you. They don't care that you didn't take it. They don't know. So how do we know who's lying? They can only go by the record. That's 1. Người Việt Nam mình như vậy làm nhiều lắm. Cứ là xin toa bác sĩ, lấy thuốc đem về Việt Nam giúp người khác, nhưng mà sau này nó ảnh hưởng đến mình. Yeah? So be careful when you do that. Here's another thing. This is so important. Do not let someone prescribe you antidepressants unless you really need it. That affects life insurance greatly. I know sometimes when people go through some types of lawsuits or maybe they have an issue and the doctor says, well, I could prescribe you something to help you relax. Please find out. Okay. If it's a muscle relaxer, that's one thing. If it's an antidepressant, that's serious. Doesn't matter that you never took it. Doesn't matter you still have the bottle with 37, whatever. Once it's prescribed for you, it's on your record. So let me show you where this makes a difference. So I've had several clients who have had antidepressants. And sometimes they forget because years go by and you forget. But it comes up in the record and the underwriter asked me about it. So this also is where it's very important to have someone working for you and fighting for you. Yeah? Because they did not, sometimes they'll say, oh, look at all this and the whole history of it. If your agent doesn't take the time to explain, to go back and forth with the underwriter and explain the situation, they may not cover you. You may lose it. I was able to explain this is what happened. Okay. So, and I was able to show doctor prescribed it, but look, she never refilled it because she never took it. She didn't like the way it made her feel. So we're dealing with humans and human underwriters. So there are circumstances that you can explain. Okay. But please do not let anyone prescribe antidepressants for you that you really don't need. Now, if you need them, absolutely you should take it. There are people who have to have their depression treated with medication. Please take your medication. But if you're involved in, let's say, some kind of a lawsuit and you're just trying to drive that medical bill up, or you're just trying to show that there was emotional distress, okay? Please think about this. It's going to stay on your record and it's going to affect your life insurance. Rất là nhiều người bị rồi đó. Nhiều lúc là họ bị tông xe rồi sau đó hoặc là có problem ở việc làm. Rồi người luật sư nói là nên đi bác sĩ, rồi khi đó là nói là emotional distress này kia. Rồi bác sĩ là viết toa cho những cái antidepressant. Tại sao antidepressant mà nó quan trọng như vậy? Let's say you broke your wrist, hoặc là you had a problem, and they treated it with meds, and then it's done. That's very easy to show. Nhưng mà if you have issues with depression, right, and if you can't clearly describe what's going on, there's nothing that will tell them that everything's okay. Quý vị hiểu Leyna nói không? Là cái gì chứ tâm lý là rất là khó để explain cho hãng bảo hiểm. Nếu mà nó nghĩ mình depressed, có thể sau này tự tử sao? Okay? Those kind of things is very, very difficult. Nên quý vị đừng bao giờ cho người bác sĩ, lấy toa của người bác sĩ, cho thuốc về antidepressant nha. Okay, that's very important. Illustrated health rating. What does this mean? Again, this is all personal experience. I am happy to help. A lot of people will give me an illustration. Là những cái hãng bảo hiểm khác, họ promise như vậy. You need to look at the health rating that they give you the illustration. The way I do mine is I do everything standard. Standard là trung bình thôi. Standard là you may be taking medication. A lot of people take medication, high blood pressure, cholesterol, okay? I do it all at standard. Rồi sau khi mà mình apply và quý vị khỏe đó, có thể nó cho mình better than standard. Maybe they give you preferred. Okay, select, preferred plus. Some companies called it elite, super elite. That means you're really, really healthy. And if you're really, really healthy, then your cost of insurance is lower. And that's important, especially when you're dealing with an IUL that we're trying to build to get you cash value and income. The lower your insurance, the more of your premium is going to investing. Right? Nó như vậy đó. That's the way I explain it to people. But I always do it at standard. Not everyone does. Not everyone does. In fact, most people don't. And I don't think that's the right way to do business. I see so many illustrations, la super elite status, cứ là elite với là preferred. Well, I don't know if you're going to get elite. Most people don't. I don't know if you're going to get preferred. I would rather show you số trung bình thôi. Thấp nữa chứ không phải trung bình, nó thấp nữa. Rồi khi mà hồ sơ sức khỏe về quý vị khỏe, you get a better rate. Great. We're both happy. So look at that. Okay? Như vậy, it's very hard for me to compare khi mà người ta đem những cái illustration khác tới. I have to point this out. You have to compare apples with apples. Okay, rồi. So that's one other thing to look at. Another thing to look at is the illustrated interest rate. This is a big one. This is a big one. A lot of people go into especially IULs that show great numbers. Okay? And I will run the same, not the same illustration, but I will run an IUL for the same person. It's not going to come out that way. My numbers will not be that high. Why? Because one, I'm doing it at standard health. And two, I'm doing it at a much lower interest rate. So you have to understand how it works to understand why that's important. The market returns what the market returns, and it's going to be that way for all of us. So if the market goes up 8%, it's going to go up 8% for everybody. Okay? But when they're trying to sell you on a product and they use a high interest rate, I see it 9.95%. Okay? 7.9%. That's high. If they can, I mean, if you can make that on average on your money, great. I don't do that. Tại vì cái đó nó không có realistic. Quý vị thấy họ đưa con số ra and they figure it 9.95% hoặc là 7.9%. Thì mình nhìn á, con số nó rất là cao. Cái cash value cũng cao. Sau này tiền income, if they show income, cũng cao luôn. Thích quá, nhà vô mua. Nhà vô mua nhưng mà năm này thị trường sụp. Okay? 8 năm sau thị trường sụp nữa. Then you can't make what they promised. So I do it very low. Rồi mai mốt mà thị trường lên á, và thị trường sắp lên nè quý vị. Năm tới và những năm sau đó. Then when it goes up, the numbers will be better than what I showed you. And then you'll be happy. And then remember, if you're happy and you know it, buy me some chè. So you have to compare apples with apples. You please understand what you're reading. One company shows you elite status at 7.9 or 9.95%. There's no way to compare that when I'm showing you standard 5.9%. Okay? Nhưng mà it's better, I think, to be conservative and over-deliver rather than show you something cao rồi mai mốt nó không được như vậy. So those are two things that you should really look at. Michael says, please hit the like button if you appreciate the information that Leyna's providing. That's very nice. Michael, thank you. Thank you for reminding. Nha quý vị, nếu mà quý vị thích, please give me a like and let your friends know about it. So this is what I've been helping people do. If you already have life insurance, if you haven't looked at it in, years, you're not alone. Most people buy life insurance and they forget about it. They put it in a drawer somewhere. They don't even know where it is. Take it out. If you can't find it, look at the statement. If you don't have a statement, call them and ask for one. I am happy to look at it for you. And I'm so happy that a lot of people have seen my videos and have learned to do it themselves. I love it because then I get on a Zoom call with them and they say, "Oh, Leyna ơi, cái policy của chị là nó quá tệ luôn. Ủa sao chị biết vậy?" And she told me how she did it. Nhá. Mình phải coi là mình đóng mỗi tháng bao nhiêu. Như vậy là một năm bao nhiêu. Mình đóng vào bao nhiêu năm rồi. Và bây giờ cái net cash value hoặc là surrender cash value nó bao nhiêu. Quý vị có biết bao nhiêu người là cái tiền mình đóng vào nó nhiều hơn cái tiền cash value không? Why? That's awful. So do something. Nhất là nếu mà bây giờ mình có khả năng. Do something, change it, roll it over. Mình roll over, mình structure khác để quý vị có thể ăn tiền lời. You should be making money, not losing it. Not losing it. Check your policy. Is it just tiền tử? Is it just the death benefit? Quý vị có tình bệnh không? Hay là mình phải mất, mình phải chết, gia đình mới hưởng được? What if you're healthy? What if quý vị không có con cái đâu, không có cần là phải để tiền lại cho con cái? Tại sao mình không có kéo cái tiền cash từ cái tiền tử? Mình xài khi mình đang sống. Yeah, your retirement income is sitting in a life insurance policy. Rồi mai mốt, quý vị không có còn phải trả thuế. Right? So look at everything, and I'm happy to help you see if it's good, and see if there's something better for you. Nhớ là I don't work for an insurance company. So normally, quý vị có mấy cái hãng bảo hiểm, if you call them, their agent can only sell you their products. I'm a broker, so I can look at many companies. I know which companies give good rates. Sometimes if you go to a company, that's the only thing you can get. And that's not a smart way to shop. For anything, really, phải không? So please, let's go back to the slides here. Don't give up. If someone has, if you look at your bảo hiểm and it looks bad, don't give up. Do something right away. If you've tried to get insurance and, I don't know, it was too expensive, you thought, hoặc là you didn't like the person, hoặc là they told you you couldn't get it, don't give up. I have helped people hồi trước mổ tim mà được coverage, quý vị ơi. I've helped 2 people like that. And nhất là Southeast Asian, người Á Đông mình hay bị hepatitis B. I have many clients who are hepatitis B carriers and clients who uống thuốc, bị hepatitis B, uống thuốc, mà Leyna vẫn xin được life insurance cho họ. So there is something you can do. Nếu mà cái người mà quý vị, người agent không có chịu mà những người là phải tranh đấu, phải là go back and forth and fight for you, then you're working with the wrong person. Okay? Okay. Rồi. So let me tell you about the so now I'm in Orange County. Tại vì sometimes Leyna phải đi gặp khách hàng đó ở Orange County. Mỗi lần lái xe 2 tiếng đồng hồ. Oh my gosh, it's awful. And then nó mất nửa ngày rồi. Rồi lái xe về thêm 2 tiếng đồng hồ nữa. So 4 hours on the road. No, thank you. So now I'm down in Orange County and I'm here half of the week. And then the other half of the week, I'm back up in Los Angeles. And I'm so excited to be in Orange County because bây giờ ở gần, well, not really gần, nhưng mà gần hơn hồi trước. Nhưng mà ở gần đồ ăn Việt Nam. Oh my gosh. Tự nhiên thấy giống như là I'm in heaven. I'm so happy. And again, my neighbors, I love them. They're so nice and friendly. And my lip, I just need my lip to heal. And then I want to eat some more. So remember, don't give up. Please email me if you need any help. I know some people, and I love it, they have một số tiền nữa, whether it's a CD that has matured or another type of brokerage account, and they have like lump sum money, right? Lump sum money. And they want to know what can I do with this? So I'm happy to help in those instances. Hi, chị Leyna. I sent my information to you 3 weeks ago, still waiting for your help. Oh, something is wrong if you don't hear from me, nhá. Hey, Long, can you please email me? Đây là email chị nè. Because I get back to you very quickly. So please email me that email again. Or sometimes people fill out the form, rồi I email them back and they never answer. Tại sao? Because mình chưa bao giờ mà email nhau đó. Nhiều lúc cái email của chị nó vào cái spam folder. And then lâu ngày quá, you empty your spam folder, you delete it, now you don't have it anymore. So thank you for saying that. And please email me again. Rồi bây giờ như vậy là bây giờ Long được là priority đó nha. So email me. In fact, bây giờ mấy giờ rồi? Gần xong rồi nè. Bây giờ Long email đi and then I will talk to you after the live stream. Or I'll email you after the live stream. Quý vị nhớ, nếu mà quý vị email Leyna hoặc là right there, LeynaNguyen.net/money on my website. If you don't hear from me in maybe 2 days, something's wrong. Nhưng mà thường I respond even quicker than that, or my team will tell me right away là có. Yeah. Nhưng mà we work fast để làm cái communication. Nên nếu mà quý vị thấy 2 ngày mà chưa nghe gì hết trơn á, send me another email, please. That means something is wrong somewhere. Yeah? Okay? So thank you, Long, for saying something. Rồi. There it is. So look at this. It is now almost 7 p.m. and the sun is out. It's so light out. Wow. Dưới này gần biển nên lạnh dễ sợ luôn. We had to turn on the heater. And then we use a fireplace. My house also has a fireplace outside. It's so cold, but I love it. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the information, if you appreciate it, please give me a thumbs up. My hair. Let your friends know about us. Contact me. I'm happy to look at your policy. I'm happy to answer any questions. I'm happy to đi ăn phở. I'm happier to ăn chè. Okay? Thank you, everybody. Always appreciate you. I love seeing all the familiar names. Nathaniel, Michael, as always. My buddy Jim Rotter. And all my girlfriends from Virginia. And xin chào LeynaNguyen một ngày mới. Wow. And of course, my honey Denny. Okay, everybody. Have a great night. Thank you, Nga. Chị Nga. And one day, maybe we will do a karaoke party. Won't that be fun? Of course it will be fun. Thanks, everyone. Nhớ nha, quý vị cần gì, email me. Leyna@LeynaNguyen.net. Leyna@LeynaNguyen.net. Whoops. Thank you for the hearts. Happy to help. Okay. Bye, everybody. Kelly, Megan. Okay, everyone. We'll see you Thursday. I have to come up with a lesson for Thursday. By Monique. Oh, new name. Love it. Okay, everyone. I will talk to you soon. Email me. Have a great night. We'll see you Thursday. Bye.